So, okay, these are the hosts of The View having a meltdown because Donald Trump won, and they don't know what to do.
Was red.
Yeah.
It was pretty red last night.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And
It was
we
great.
know now that he will
What did
have
we
almost
not get?
unfettered power.
Can we talk about 2016 for a second? Like, bro, genuinely, 2016 is the last good summer I had. The music, fire.
Well,
the Cavs, NBA champs.
To be fair, Shide, Obama was still the president then.
Well, okay, yeah, your
But-
facts. Well,
but
I
continue,
mean, with the okay, yeah.
Let's
fuck.
pretend. Let's pretend he wasn't. Let's pretend he wasn't.
Even through the entire administration, music, fire, Cavs didn't win another championship. Not great for Cleveland sports. But all I'm saying is like 2016. I guess that was summer 2016, so it was Obama. I'm really not making a great case here, but I was also 15. I'm pretty sure
that presidency, Trump's first term, was so fun. Just you went to school. And you were on the way to school. You got to school at like 7:30, and you were your friends sitting around, and you're on Twitter waiting for school to start.
Right,
you're
just
in class,
looking
and
at-
you're like, you go to your friends. Holy shit! The president just tweeted this,
right.
And he's calling Kim Jong-un. He's making
Rocket
fun.
Man?
He's making fun of the greatest dictator in the world
Yeah.
at the time, the most powerful dictator, just obliterating him, insulting him. Ended up going to North Korea and making peace with him.
Right.
Do you remember back then? The two problems, ISIS and North Korea. Boom. He squashed them both.
Done.
He squashed
Done.
them both. So the fact that they want to do this is fine. But let's continue on this.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
continue watching this.
Really, I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class.
Do
I
you?
worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter,
Oh, my gosh.
who now has less rights than I have.
Okay, hold on. Pause
And-
this real quick. How are you going to advocate for your daughter to abort your future grandchildren? Like, there were men and women that were saying my daughter doesn't have rights anymore. And if you view killing your potential grandchildren as a right, God bless you. God bless you. Because
Right.
like we have outlined on this show previously, and even today, Donald Trump has said multiple times, J.D. Vance has said multiple times, we're not going to take away abortion for rape, incest, and life of the mother. We're not going to do it.
Right.
And he didn't even say they want to ban abortion outright. He literally said we just want to leave it up to the states because this was never something that people voted on. This was just imposed on people in whatever year, I think it was 1972, 1973, when Roe v. Wade happened. They don't want it to be federal. They literally said this was unconstitutional. And if you even look back, go ask AI, what was Ruth Bader Ginsburg's stance on abortion and Roe v. Wade? She said it should go to the states.
Yeah.
And I did not believe Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and this is true. You can find her talk about saying
Nobody
it
will
should
say
go
that, though.
to the states.
Yeah.
It should go to the states. And people have the right to vote on it. People were voting for Donald Trump in the 2024 election, while they also voted to keep a women's right to choose.
Right.
And so I don't know what they're talking about. There's not going to be a national abortion ban. Anyway, continuing on. I'm sorry. Did you have anything to say about
No,
that before?
let's just play it. I can't wait to hear her stop talking.
We'll play it.
I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that.
You're not getting pregnant.
So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the
50.
Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country. Because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
Well,
and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about
internment
Elon Musk
camps.
warning Americans
internment camps.
Okay.
They think we're just gonna gather them all up.
That's bullshit. First of all, J.D. Vance has said multiple times, and other people have said this too. They're not going to round them up in internment camps. They're going to take them home. I do not know of a more civil thing to do if you are trying to get rid of illegal immigrants,
right,
than give them a free ride
back home,
back to where they're from.
Right.
That's the plan.
Right. Do you know how much an out-of-country plane ride costs for American citizens?
A lot.
A lot of money. Round trip?
It'll probably put the government in a little bit more debt short term, but like they're hurting this country.
Right.
And not only that, but these big corporations are taking advantage of them. And it's actually inhumane, to be honest with you. They're taking advantage of them, and they're paying them these cheap wages.
Yeah.
Cheap wages. It's not humane to be able to do this. They're
and then they're
going to
come here. They're coming here and struggling. So
that's
honestly,
why you see all these big corporations endorsing Kamala, by the way, donating to Kamala Harris.
Right, because they have cheap labor. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And Sunny Hostin's a moron anyways, because she's been on this. Like, to even say that she's worried about mass deportations. Why? Why?
Yeah.
You're so worried about that felon box.
I know.
But we're not worried about people that are literally coming here. Illegal is in the term used to describe them. Illegal immigrants. They are not here legally. Just like that dumb broad from a couple fucking videos back who's worried about her legal mother. Like, they're not just going to drive by in a fucking Ford Caravan and throw them in. Like, are you fucking idiot? Like,
and if they did, what's the problem? I'm just kidding.
Like, if anything, why don't we open our eyes to the 300,000 missing children that have gone missing after crossing the border under Borders Czar Kamala Harris?
They're
like,
not gonna talk
you
about
people
that,
are
though.
all you want to talk about being a bigot. Like, these people are all fucking stupid.
Human trafficking, they don't want to talk about that.
No,
they don't want to talk about the real
it.
issues. I was listening to a podcast with Theo Vaughn. They're talking about, our rights and stuff, our civil liberties, we're going to live under a fascist. Bro, do you know what fascism is? Do you know how many slaves right now are in the world?
Right.
More so than when slavery was legal in the United States. So I don't
Right.
want to hear you talk about all these issues that you think are issues. No, you don't talk about the real issues. Donald Trump was not a fascist in 2016 to 2020, and he's not going to be a fascist now. Anyway.
Like, people throw the word dictator around. People that I know, I've heard it. I've heard words out of their mouth go, he is Hitler.
And they say
I'm not even saying I've seen it online. I've heard it in
I
person.
know.
He is Hitler. And can we stop with, number one, if we're going to talk about doing lawsuits and shit, we should be suing CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all of those
Defamation.
for defamation. Are you
Defamation.
fucking kidding me? We're talking about the man who murdered 9 million people. Are we, like, what are we talking about, bro?
Allegedly. I'm sorry. No, he did. No, he did. He did.
But all I'm saying is, it's like, we're gonna really fucking come here and say that Donald Trump is equal to Hitler.
It just makes me mad, and then they go on saying he hates women, he's sexist. But nobody talks about this. The Republicans always do it first. He appointed the first female chief of staff
Also,
a couple of days ago, and nobody batted it. Nobody gave a fuck.
No.
Nobody gave a fuck.
And also, there's not a single. No one loves women more than Donald J. Trump.
My gosh, he's got
Okay.
3. Married to 3 women.
Right.
I mean, God bless him.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's listen to the rest of this stupid shit that
I
she's
know.
spewing
I'm
out of
sorry.
her stupid
I'm
mouth.
but this is fun. This is a fun episode.
Oh, it's the best episode. I don't even know why I'm getting upset. Like,
I
she's a
know.
moron.
All right, we're gonna continue on with this. Let's see.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color,
Oh, that's right. Pause
I
this
was
real
so
quick.
hopeful.
Ladies and gentlemen
that
who are
a mixed
watching,
race woman
buckle up.
Buckle up.
Because the rest of this clip is wild.
Listen to this.
Is wild.
She goes crazy.
married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it.
Cultural resentment.
He literally elected a black man to
Did we
2
forget about that?
presidential
Did we
terms.
forget about the back-to-back fucking presidential terms of Barack Obama?
He won the popular vote twice.
Exactly. Like, can we stop pretending like America as a whole is racist?
Oh, I'm fucking
and
fired
also,
up.
these stupid bitches on The View, all you're doing by spewing that rhetoric is building the divide between the left and the right. We will never. It will take. I don't
Decades.
know, decades for us to actually, like, that's where I could say that, like, most, I don't even know, because I wasn't huge into politics then, but under Barack Obama, like, I feel like I saw some people that were Republicans vote for Barack.
I could tell you, Fox
You know
News
what I mean?
started
Like,
the whole thing, but then the reaction was worse. Anyway, let's play this. We can explain that.
I think it has to do with a lot of things, that being one of them. I'm obviously very disappointed. I'm very sad. I was at the Kamala Harris headquarters yesterday in Washington, and it was a very sad scene. The mood turned immediately.
I'd love to be in that room.
I tell you, there's a quote I get a lot of inspiration from, and it's a quote that I read when I was reading about John F. Kennedy, and it says, "Whether I am on the winning or the losing side is not the point with me. It is being on the side where my sympathies lie that matters." And that to me brought me a consolation and inspiration this morning because...
Real quick, JFK wouldn't have liked you. No. Anyway, let's continue.
I have no regrets. Yep. I worked hard as hell to elect the first Black Asian woman
I worked
president.
harder to get Trump elected.
History slipped through our fingers again. I worked hard as hell for Donald Trump not to be president. But today, unlike Donald Trump and his followers, I acknowledge that he won. I hope for the best for our country. And I make a commitment to our LGBTQ, to our immigrants, to our elderly, to our young girls, to the women, that we will not stop fighting. We can be sad today.
What if she ended that with, "And we're going to make America great again," and everybody starts to cheer? No, but it's
fucking Whoopi Goldberg whips her titties out. She's got MAGA written across her chest.
Donald, you know what? Come out,
Come out here, Donald. Let's go. Whoopi, you got mighty fine breasts, Whoopi. They're phenomenal. They're great. Some would say a little saggy, but honestly, they're not bad. They're not bad.
And then RFK comes. "Actually, my uncle, believe it or not, we have him frozen under the studio, and we brought him out tonight. My uncle's been alive this whole time." Everybody goes, "Yeah!"
And he goes, I heard you were talking about my uncle. Here he is.
My uncle, John F. Kennedy, is going to be the director of the CIA. Yeah!
That's
and we're going to make America great again.
Whoopi's still fucking flipping her titties around.
Joy Behar's doing somersaults and cartwheels.
My God.
Anyway, that would be great. But what have we become?
Dude, I don't even know. We've just become happy. This is joy, Kamala. This is joy.
Freedom of speech.
But like to punch down on the fact that she's making promises to the LGBT and to all these, like, to women and all that. Like, it's so ridiculous because we're pandering. It's like, okay, if you're a member of the LGBT, let's put a couple things into perspective here. All Republicans want to do is to have you stop pushing agendas onto children.
Literally.